Good morning. Happy Wednesday. And good morning. Let's see. There was a magician walking down the street and turned into a grocery store. Delivery on that one was really bad. All right. What else do I have to do? I think I got everything today. Let's see. Oh, coffee. Good, good. Oh, I forgot to put Twitch on the phone. Bum, bum, bum. Got the heater going. It is 57.8 degrees in here today. There we go. Discord upgrades all the time. I don't know. I don't know like why they do that, how they do it. It seems like they have some sort of release train that just goes constantly. Let's say it's Wednesday and they update it. Is it every Wednesday or is it more frequent than that? All right. Let's get going. Oh, sorry, I was still on the other screen. So last time we were looking at these bits here. Um, basically, kind of creating shapes from, or geometry from shapes, circles, curves, etc., which is pretty cool. Just being able to define something like that is really nice. The base of that lamp was, well, created via a circle and Bezier curve. I'm just gonna kind of hang out today. I don't know. It's just finally getting to the armature part of this tutorial. And I feel a little overwhelmed by the tutorial. Like it's just still so big. I don't think I'm going to be going past section 5 on stream. So, hooray for that. Section 6 is modular assets, which could be pretty useful. Yeah, they have textures, texture atlas, wow. Material slots. Lots of stuff in there that could be very useful. Section 7 is heads, furry heads. Section 8, game asset pack. Alright, so it says create a new file. Fine, we can do that. Armatures are like bones, got it. Oh, interesting. We put that back. We can still go back to the armature. We'll go down to visibility, display, in front, so you can always see it. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Oh, and you can display it as different things. Display as textured. Ooh, bendy bones? That sounds like the boneless chicken factory. Alright. Morning, Krasnik. How are you? Oh, you're good. That's good. All right, we're going to change the units for our scene. Instead of meters, we'll do centimeters. Going to add a cylinder, mesh cylinder. This is going to be our lamp base. Oh, I'm going to scale that to, that's not what I meant. Interesting that it scaled from that point. Guess that makes sense. It's probably okay. Let's just take the top section there. If you've never owned or used a telescope in your life, it's something I'm thinking about looking into. Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, there's the base. There's that. Now, how do we scale the armature? And how do we associate the armature with the cylinder, etc.? So let's pretend that we're in this mode. Yes, we're displaying that like so. We are going to create a box, just for fun. Scale, Shift-C, 0.1. Good, go into this mode. GZ, 110, about that. Let's go to 4, wireframe mode. Let's move it up a touch, there. Now we've got an armature, a portion of our lamp, etc. We're going to toss a little ball, probably up here. We don't need so many faces on there. All right, so this is much bigger than I thought. Let's do 30 centimeters.
Silence fills this empty space.
Now I want to try to set the origin point to the center of that. I'm trying to remember how.
Yeah, you're all over me, but I'm not over you. Time hasn't healed, there's a
Okay, you heard this one from a kid the other day. Knock knock, who's there? Cargo, Cargo who? No, Algo who? Cargo BB. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Where's my joke book? Oh, there we go. Found it. What? Oh, it destroyed my copy buffer. There we go. Grab the telescope one too.
Paper cuts don't hurt like this. And I'm so nervous, I keep biting my lip. I've been checking my phone, but there's nobody there. 'Cause everyone
There we go.
knows
Got him.
I can't even care.
Those are good.
Unless I'm hearing back from you.
All right.
If I'm better off without you, then why don't I feel any better? Sticks and stones can break my bones, but then I can put them back together. Why do I
Oh, good question. Out of curiosity, how do you move your Blender creation into Godot? What is the common format? Oh, I like that question. So, if GLTF2, typically this is what we want to use. There is a great article on why everybody should use GLTF2 as opposed to OBJ or Collada, 3ds, FBX, etc. And this has a really good breakdown of why you should use one versus the other. I'll drop that into text into chat. But I think it's actually built in to Godot and Blender. So if you come in here, you export, you can do GLTF2. And if I were to take this and export this into GLTF2, you can basically drag and drop it, literally drag and drop it into Godot, and it works. It's magic. It's like more magic than the rest of the formats. You can see more concise. They've basically learned from the other setups, other formats. It's also defined by the Kronos group. Yeah. The body behind Vulkan and OpenGL. So it's likely to get widely adopted as well, which is really nice. I was even thinking of storing assets on like the CDN in that format, and then trying to have Godot parse and load them at runtime, which might work out okay. Although you should probably use the prefabs because you can bake them into formats specific for different devices. So materials, etc., you want to be able to use in an optimized way on a device, and some devices support texture formats that are specific to their graphics cards. So All right, so we have that. Pop back over here for a moment. So they're going through and putting things in the center of their scene for some workflow that is yet to be revealed. I wanted to know about that one. Shift S. There we go. Selection. Was that the selection menu? Slightly different. This one's about the cursor. I wonder which. Hmm. Right.
We've been running from the light, chasing our shadows as we go. Now
All
there
right.
is no one
So
to
then we have our bone, our armature for the base. We're going to drop that down. So we need to scale it on Z. Oh, wrong object. Want the armature. Oh, I'm inside the other. See, I was in edit mode. Morning, Xenocron. Wow, that's like super small. It's fine, I guess. Okay, then Control A to apply the rotation and scale of that. Oh, now it looks normal again. That's lovely. I mean, maybe it could go a little shorter scale. Hmm. Okay. So we get that. Control A for the apply menu. Got any good jokes today, Xenocron? Oh, I see. Yeah, their lamp is much more complicated than my lamp is. Basically, they're going from kind of a single arm to a double at that point. Which I don't really want to do. I'm very curious about how to do the bones and the rigging and the animation stuff. Hmm. Yeah. Worship the Sofa, good morning and happy Wednesday. Have I dealt with other devs never verifying a PR but rather commenting on rather nitpicky stuff? I don't know how to deal with this in a professional setting. um, that's interesting. Yeah, usually younger devs will do that. Um, and when you mean verifying a PR, do you mean like they don't actually run the code, or like run the code that's out for PR? Did they put the PR out? I I guess in this case they wouldn't have, but the way it reads, I interpret it the other way. Um, yeah, nitpicky stuff is usually where we end up with like code formatting or um, actually code formatting is like a big thing. And where is it? Semi-standard.js. Where is it? This stuff. Trying to remember the name for this. Oh, standardjs.com. Um, I find it really useful to rely on tools for kind of the nitpicky stuff like style and whatnot. I think people not having like semicolons and stuff like that. Um, Especially if you can have a tool fix things for you, right? So finding something so that you're not wasting time on how many lines there are. Um, are we using semicolons in this? Do we have snuggly braces? Prettier.io. I'm not familiar with that one. But yeah, coming back to like, I think it's very useful for finding some sort of common ground that everybody can just agree on in terms of a fixed set of formatting, linters, etc., and just going with that. And then if it passes the tools, you're good, right? In terms of those sorts of nitpicks, because yeah, I can't stand that either. And for me, it's um, I would rather spend time actually shipping something and making money than creating an ivory tower. So, you know, pick some tools off the shelf for this stuff, right? And if you get past this and you still have nitpicks going on, um, and then here you said both nitpicky stuff and generally having a no attitude against new code. So just like new code is bad in general? Like they just don't want new code? I sometimes find that with, I don't know. Actually, prettier.io, I want to check out a little bit more. Playground, try it online, install Prettier. Xenocron, is there a I would absolutely use this. Parser implementations, neat. Well, that I guess that's not prettier.io. Works with the tools we use. So, Worship the Sofa, are your code reviews done in person? Like in a live setting, or is it just toss it at the wall and then let the comments roll in? I wonder if they find I guess, would you say that the questions that they have, the discussions you end up having are, how do I say this, are about clarity? Is it the sort of thing that comments would solve? Everyone works from home. We all work from home, of course, at the moment, and then um, still, I guess I was working from home before that, but um, we will still like fire up Zoom and do like in-person PRs if stuff is a little touchy. Um, I want to read through your first comment again. And or screenshots if it is front end stuff. Interesting. Um, Part of our kind of CI workflow sets up a environment for the pull request itself, so that anybody that wants to verify the pull request can click into an environment that was built and is running just for that PR. They can play around and test it. Um, do you have something like that as well? I find it very useful because I don't have to blow away my workspace or download and set up another database, clone and do all sorts of crazy stuff in order to just verify a PR. So our environments can be mind-numbing to set up. Yeah, could you like what sort of explanation would you be giving through these questions? Because what is the sense like? What are they looking for? Oh wow, you have to check it out and run it locally. Yeah, that's a hurdle you want to get rid of. That's costing you. It's going to be worthwhile to build some sort of system to either um, automate that locally, so you can say, you know, check this out and set it up for me, and in like 2 minutes you have something running, and have it like completely automated locally, or have it completely automated in some sort of CI slash some sort of dev staging environment. Wow, this prettier.io looks really nice. I wonder if I could get the team to use this instead of what we're currently using. Because we hate fighting with ESLint. And just to have something that makes it look good enough, that's consistent, and works will be great. All right. I should try this real quick. Let's see, install prettier. Format all files with prettier. Ooh, it also has a check. Set up your editor. Very nice. Okay, that is awesome. This would save us time. We lose time all the time on this BS. What's Husky? Husky IO? Just guessing here. That doesn't seem like it. Oops, wrong one. This one I'm less concerned about, because we're generally pretty good on this. Yeah, this here. Huh. Well, I am going to save these. Little love note to myself. Oh, I don't have that on this machine. Ooh. I'm going to give those a test today at work time. You are building a REST wrapper lib where you implement your philosophies for how a great lib should be working and then have to fence your philosophies against other philosophies. It 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 almost seems like there's a discussion being missed towards the beginning of this. Do you guys have planning meetings? Well, the last place I worked, I basically spent half my day rejecting PRs, which could have been solved by having a discussion ahead of time. I mean, I was like the white beard ogre of like the bridge troll, right? You had to get past me to get your code in. But I was basically in charge of keeping a sane sort of code base. And it wasn't the best job in the world. I mean, to be frank, I liked the people I worked with, but just having that sort of responsibility, which everybody expected, right? You solve the PR problems at its root. You don't make any. Oh, Xenocron. Just FTP files back and forth or email. You just have people merge into developer master. Yeah. Yeah, okay. We're taking away your keys, Xenocron. That's... Oh, that's fun. All right. You're a victim here. Oh, I get it. I get it. That makes sense. And that sucks. All right. So Worship the Sofa is... Does it seem like a situation where having discussions earlier would solve this here? It might actually create some nice collaboration among the team, having little design meetings ahead of time, and then going through and working it out. Oh, that's cool. You can extrude these. Like how that was way too far. You have like the craziest lamp ever. Scorpion tail lamp. So worship the sofa. You say we usually tell everybody on the team what we are doing on every morning. So is it like a big Zoom call or kind of like a group chat? Got it. Got it. Hmm. So I'm thinking about your problem a little bit more. Worship the sofa. Do you think that it's happening because there is a lack of understanding or a lack of trying to understand? Like, is this something where they could have answered the question themselves if they had just read the code, looked at the tests, and saw how it worked? I guess I'm trying to differentiate between um, lack of effort versus um, a capability. Like maybe they just don't see it. Oh, interesting. Scaling this does funky things. Look at that. So it resizes the bones near it. That's neat. We can move that back. Cool. Hmm. Okay. Oh, interesting. So you could right click and click extrude. That is cool. So worship the sofa. I've worked with people like that that always have to comment. They need to find at least one thing wrong, right? And what is the there's actually a workflow, and I this is kind of like a last resort thing. Um, give people one thing to nitpick, right? Like, yeah, as Xenocron said, it could be just somebody just trying to justify their existence. Um, However, there's also this other thing. Um, yeah, whatever. There's all sorts of things, but dealing with like a nitpicking sort of personality, that sort of thing, you can actually feed them nitpicks, right? Where you end up having like, oh, I left a console.log out there, right? Like leave little things for them to find that are like easy things for them to do. Give them something to focus on, something easy, some little word that you can just have out there, and then you just come in and delete it. It'll be nice and easy. You could even prep that PR ahead of like the change and then push it later. Um, but that seems like a really bad idea. Um, but if you absolutely had to manage that sort of personality, that's one way to do it. I know I've done that before. I've worked with a person that was a little bit like that. Um, and yeah, just leaving like a console.log in there. Oh yeah, yeah, I forgot that. I'm always forgetting those things. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, delete it, done, and everything's good. Or maybe a comment that doesn't make sense or something like maybe like a section of commented out code that somehow slipped in. All right. Yeah, I mean, what is their motivation? It sounds so cliche, but you could kind of manage them that way. That it's silly, but all right. So I'm gonna delete a bunch of these, and way down in here, and delete also this. What was it? That one piece? That cube? So I did add that. No, I don't want to save. What was it? Space S? No. Shift S. Ah, there we go. Oh, was I doing? Ah, I had both of them. Cube, cylinder. All right, cylinder. Scale. Okay. It's our cube. Are these linked somehow? They appear to be separate elements, but when I scale this one, it all changes. I don't know how that's happening. Eh, don't save, try again. Alright, we're gonna start with a cylinder again. Okay, that's about where we want that. Alright, there's that. Let's basically sit at the right points. Now we'll duplicate this one. Oh, interesting. Oh, that just moves the 3D cursor. Where'd duplicate go? Oh, come on. Object. Shift. Oh, Shift D. Got it. Okay.
We lose ourselves in the spirit of things. We lose our sight when we put our trust in things of this material world, of things that fade away. Yet you keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back.
All right. Putting the cursor back at the world origin because I forgot what the command is for that. No, that's Command A. Control A. Or Shift A. Oh, come on. write some of those down. I think it has to do with S though, so Alt S, no. Shift S. Oh, there it is, Shift S. Cursor to world, origin. There it is, okay. Now Shift A, or bone, armature, single bone. I'll go down to view on this. Visibility, always on top, in front. Now we can see it, and we can scale it. Select the top. Scale that up to there, extrude it, there, there, something like that. Wait, are they reparenting these? Hmm. All right. So now we're supposed to go through and parent things to the armature. Interesting that... Do they have individual pieces for their armature? I thought they had just extruded it, which puts it in the same bone. Maybe you have to select the bone? That... I can't select the other thing when I'm outside of this. Because if I did want to select that, then also select a portion of this, it's not going to let me. So what are they doing? Do that again. So they're renaming their lamp parts. I get that. That makes sense. Oh, I see. They actually say this is how it can be quite confusing because the whole armature highlights. All right, and then we highlight, basically say, oh, you're part of that bone. And then if we have other elements in there, which I'm having a hard time seeing, this one, select the bone. Which one do we do first? Set parent to bone. Okay, then we can select this one and this bone. Control P, bone. Oh, that was to the object. Set parent to. Oh, no, no, no. Bone, there we go. Loop and parents, no. All right, what is your parent? And where do we find that? Oh, look at that. Cube 3. Armature. Okay, what? All right, let's undo. Clear parent, keep transform. Okay. Maybe I should have used undo instead. It's a good thing I increased my undo level. Okay. Alright, that one's down there. Select that. Control P. Parent to that. Good. Although now this doesn't look like the whole thing is set up right. I mean, this doesn't even have a parent anymore. Grumble. Okay. Oh, it does have a parent. Parent bone. Parent type bone. Parent is armature with its bone set up. Okay. And now if we move. Oh, we're in edit mode. Ooh, was I doing that in the wrong mode? If we move everything, it all moves. Oh, great. Okay, that's cool. If we select a little nub at the end, rotate that. Okay, so that doesn't actually move with it. How about this one? Hmm. All right, that's pretty good. What's the next section? All right, next one is applying transforms with animations. All right. Yeah, location and scale. Yeah, I see. All of my cubes. Okay. Rotation and scale set up on all of those. That's good. Oh man, I'm gonna be glad to get through this. Although I feel like it's gonna be something I have to kind of work on daily too. Otherwise, I'm gonna forget all this. So I'll probably try to dedicate like 20, 30 minutes to this. All right. Pose mode. That's what we want next. Constraining bone movement. Neat. Okay, so the next two should be good. I wonder how they do this with like meshes that are like all one piece. All right, I think I have everything posed. Wait, where's pose mode? Edit mode, object mode. Select the armature. Ooh, it's got a pose mode. Look at that. All right. My stuff isn't actually doing that. So if I select this piece, I go to, let's say, rotate it. Oh, the whole arm moves, but not the rest of it. Hey, welcome, Raiders. We are currently going through and trying to learn up a little bit of Blender so that we can create some um, prototype meshes for customizable characters for our game. Currently working on a project called Legacy. So that's what we're currently doing. I'm trying to figure out armatures and whatnot in Blender. And good morning. So how's your game going? I saw that you had a link to, what was it, Steam the other day in your Discord. So is it, we can add it to wishlist now? Do you happen to have a link to that? I wouldn't mind following along. It's going slow? Yeah. Nice. Go back to object mode. Oh, it is working now. Why did it not work before? Maybe I missed it. Okay. Oh, not pose mode. We want to go to object mode. Just reassigning them. Okay. Now pose mode. Oh, look, now the whole thing. That is not cool. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to be choosing these. Wait, where are they actually clicking when they reparent these? Oh, thank you for the link. Copy link location. I want to check that out. (2021). Very cool. Oh, wow. And then something terrible rips the ship into pieces. Ship AI goes into consciousness override mode and loads your neural network into the system. what is this down here? Oh, I want to see more. What is this? Nice. Oh, that's cool. I like the setting. This has come a long ways. Holy cow. Huh. SSE2. Why SSE2? What do you use that for? Well, I look forward to it. Oh, from Unity official specs. Gotcha. Does ARM also need Neon then? I guess if you copied it, then probably not, but that's cool. So my pose mode isn't working right. What is going on with this? All right. So if we do that, Control R, bone mode. Now if we check that, cube, bone 3, which, is that bone 3? That is bone 3. Okay, now this one, cube 2 to bone 2, that looks right. So cube 1, cube 1's going to bone 2. What is this node? This is, it's bone 1. So that should have been to this one. Okay, that's bone 1, bone 2. I wonder how I screwed that up. That's interesting. And this one's also bone 2. But this is bone, this is just bone, right? So somehow this is the wrong one. Hey, Jummit, how's it going? Yeah, it's parent type bone. It's going to the wrong one. That should be bone there. So where is bone? Select the armature. Go into edit mode. Should be able to select these. There's bone. 1, 2, 3. All right, so now going back into pose mode, we rotate this. That does move together, good. That one, okay, no. Edit mode, object mode. Select this, that should be bone 0. Oh, no, no, not like that. This here doesn't have any rotation, scale, etc. What about this? Scale of 1, dimensions. Oh, where's, that one moved. All right, I must have had some sort of rotation or something there. That, and its origin seems really high. Let's see, it's parented to bone 0. Should be down there. Should be there. But its origin point is not correct. Yeah, we want to move that to 0. Okay, then we want to rotate that on X. 90, good. Now we want to do a Control A, apply the rotation and scale. I think in this case it's okay to apply the location as well. Maybe not. Adjust rotation and scale. What about this? Okay. That's on bone. Good. This one, bone 2. No, it should be just bone. Why is the origin point for bone all the way up there? Is that where it's supposed to be? If I select on these bones, say I don't know how to tell the origin point. Alright, well that looks like it has the same sort of transform error. Wonder how I got that. Okay, so rotate along X, 90, negative 90. Okay. GZ, negative 2, about there. Flip that over. Good. I think I actually wanted it a little further down, but that's no. That was fine. That's fine like that. Let's title it something before Blender crashes. Armature. Okay, that's to bone. Let's try pose mode again. That's good. And that makes sense because we don't have another bone down below. Okay, so that mast is always just fixed. But the rest of this should be poseable. Good. Now we can select the whole thing. Clear the rotations. Okay. Oh, not bad. Okay, we're getting there. This is good going through this. Oh my goodness. So now we can go into the constraints, transform. Wait, where's the constraint? Oh, it's in this one. Add bound constraint. Limit rotation. All right, we'll try to limit those. Good. Oh, what did it say? Unexpected something. Now if we rotate, ooh. Okay, so we have that, but how do we get our whole armature set up so that we can view some extra pieces on it? Here's view. Axes. Oh, do you have to choose that for each one of these? That's odd. Oh, that's for that. That's not even the bone. I selected the wrong thing. All right. Well, how do we limit the? How do we limit this? Let's try with this one. Now, do we set the limit on the base? I guess so. All right. So let's start here. Start on the base. Add bound constraint. Limit rotation. Oh, I'm not in bone mode. Okay. Maybe that's only in pose mode? Ah, there it is. Only in pose mode. Select this bone. Add bone constraint. Limit rotation with the X. 0 to 0. How about we say... Actually, I don't know. What do we want to limit that to? 90? There we go. 90 for those as well. Really? Okay, so it's 0 for those. And Z, I guess rotating around Z is fine. We shouldn't limit there, but if we did rotate, yeah, so this arm should be allowed to rotate around the desk. Okay, that's fine. And then the next bone, add constraint, limit rotation. We'll probably need X, Y, and Z. I'm not sure what to limit these to. And do we say it's limited to world space? I'm guessing it's not going to be world space. And watch the video just a little bit longer. All right. I'm looking for, all right. So I want to change this to local space. Oh, wait. Is that the right thing? Limit rotation. Oh, I'm on the wrong bone. Let's go to this bone here. Local space. Fine. But I don't know what the local space is because I haven't been able to get the view showing what it is. Ah, here we go. Whoa. All right. So we're going to limit based on Y. There we go. Because Y and Z. No, that should be X. But this should be zeros. Okay. And then if we still try to rotate that. Uh-oh. Okay, we can show it in front, show it textured. Hmm. Their axis looks different than mine does. I wonder how did they turn that on? Alright, so in object mode, select the armature, go down to viewport display. Yeah, and this shows the axes along the entirety in their video for each one of those little spheres. If we come into pose mode, we don't get it on this one. And that would be rather helpful at this point. Do I have it turned off somewhere? Ooh, object gizmos. That's cool. Alright, let's turn those off. They must have moved it somewhere else. Right, because basically the axes are the same. You can see the X is on the red, Y is on the green, which means Z is straight up. Local space, which is fine. Alright, so now we cannot rotate, which is fine, but we should be able to rotate around Z. That is the wrong way. because those are not the right, it's not the right directions. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing notes, anything in there. Anyhow, I think we can try to guess it. Reset that. The axis is just wrong. If we select this one, still in the wrong spot. I'm gonna do a Google search, or we'll ask the Oracle. 2.9 armature axis. All right. Yep, that shows global. That's fine. We want to be able to see. Let's go into posing, maybe. Next. Clearing transforms. Okay, I get this. But having those little bits for helping this would be really, really nice. Got to be in here somewhere. View over here. We're in edit mode. Let's go into pose mode. Good view change. Rectify. I'm not seeing it in here. So you can hide them, you can show them, that's fine. Custom object, sure. Rigify item, custom properties, nothing in there. this. Is there some other property we have to set? That's object. How about pose mode? Ah, this looks the same. All right. Lots of skeleton stuff. Viewport display. Ah, there it is. It's in that one. Holy cow. Okay, not this one. Viewport display access. Turn that one off. We want the one here. Access. Oh, that's so much better. Okay. Now we can actually see what's going on. So we really want to limit. We're in pose mode. We're going to choose this bottom bone. Going back to the constraints. We're limiting on Z and X. Z and X. There we go. Now if we try to rotate. Oh, nice. Much, much better. Okay. Which means that if we come up here and we want to do the same sort of thing, it'd just be X and Z. Oh wow, that went that way. Why? What does it have for rotation? Is fine. Let's come back out. Edit mode. Ed tail. Doesn't look like it's got any funky scaling, but that doesn't look like the scaling. Alright, back to pose mode. Limiting Z is fine. Limiting X. $180. Let's say this one's also 180. Now if we try to rotate it and go around, it seems to lock at certain points, but I don't think it's quite right. It's going too far in that direction. Okay. Or is that... Y should be straight up, so we should be able to rotate on Y. Like rotate around. Is that not working? Some weird stuff. Oh, this is quaternion. No. Let's do this in XYZ Euler. going to choose this bone, which has no limits currently. We shall limit. I don't know which to use at this point. Do I use basically that orientation or this one? I mean, it's really just kind of folded over a little bit, so maybe it's okay to use the same one. Let's say that this can go on Z from 0 to that. Otherwise, it's zeros. Because it doesn't rotate in the other directions. X. So that's 0. And then here we can say, it's, what is it, 90? And that's not very exciting. Oh, I'm doing world space again. There we go. Oh, goodness. Let's go back to 0. Okay, that makes more sense. Now we should be able to take this, rotate it along that, and limit it by what appears to be 90 degrees, or 100. Yeah. So we can go there to there, which is too far. Local with parent, maybe. Interesting that it's treating that as like 0.0. You can see how this could be very complicated to set up because you have to know what your zeros are. And here we already have a rotation. So if I come back over here, take that, or take this whole thing, rotate it. Oh, not like that. No, 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 no. Odd. I wonder why. We took that off. But it's still allowed to rotate. Oh, I see. Now it's doing it freely. That's fine. But if we basically got this to a point where we said, oh, you know what, these 2 points have the same y, and then we reset this guy's rotation. Because we don't know what that is at that point. And 0 doesn't appear to be 0 according to its parent. Pose space? Oh, did I have the wrong bone selected? There. Pose space. Alright, 0 to 180. What? Alright, so what is pose space here? Let's take that widget off there. So we want to limit this thing's rotation around Z. That seems to be world Z there. Local space. Hmm. All right, maybe they answer this next. All right, I basically already did the challenge, but I ran into issues. And if we rotate this, so everything moves correctly. Okay, good. Oh, they just said limit it in world space. That makes sense. Okay, so at that point, we basically want to limit not Z. We want to limit X and Y. I think these need to be 0 to 180. Which then, if we rotate, should be able to get to the other side just fine, yes. Oh, too far. Wow. Negative 90 to 90. That doesn't seem right, but let's see. Okay, it's behaving better. And then we can still... grab the bone there. Go to pose mode. This bone, yes. Okay, so that does rotate around just fine. Okay. And then if we wanted to constrain this one, I don't think I did this one right. So the rotation on the bottom should be fine, but we want to limit, let's say, this on the Y. So this is going to be zeros here. Let's say 90. Yeah, 90 there. There. So now if we try to rotate this, can't rotate it that way on its own. It's fine, but we can move that up and down. So if we treat it like it only hinged in that direction, that should be fine. It's odd that it kind of bounces right there. camps there. When it jumps for that last little bit, that's strange. Hmm. Hmm. I see. But no, the world space transform was really just to teach a different lesson. All right, so we're going to constrain, say all of them, 0. And Z will go like -45 to 45. 45. There we go. Now if we took that, and we rotate, it'll go from there to there. Good. All right, that works. Interesting. If we rotate this one, should be able to rotate that left to right. Got it. Okay, so this all makes sense. And getting the bones parented, that was interesting. I'm still a little confused about what you would end up doing if you had, let's say, a mesh that represented like a larger character. What if the legs of a mesh ended up going into the body and were actually part of the same thing? Hmm. Maybe it's a solid modifier. Okay, I'm going to skip that one. Solidify modifier. There, we're going to create the lampshade itself. All right, yeah, talking about the solidify modifier. Don't care. Oval modifier, I get it. We'll come back to those later. Simple worn edges. Maybe we'll hop down to auto inverse IK stuff. Yeah, the auto IK stuff. That could be interesting. Like it limits timeline keyframes. And what about vertex groups? That might. Gonna jump around a little bit. Gonna go into vertex groups, which is I think less than 150. Oh, I see. They're talking about this section here. All right, so we assign them. I see. I wonder why they're doing this. They're creating all these vertex groups for each portion of the lamp. I don't know why. Yeah, I must have missed the portion where they were explaining why you want vertex groups. They talked a little bit at the beginning, saying, it's useful in other engines or other things, but I don't understand why. Hmm. Okay, so re-rigging the lamp. It's 151. Oh, that was neat. Okay, so basically, you can use vertex groups and other elements in your armature. So if you name things correctly in your armature, and then you name basically vertex groups, etc., you can basically automatically set things up here. So let's hide the armature. Oh, where's all my other stuff? Oh, it's actually moved inside of there. Oh, these were reparented. Interesting. Just delete everything. Let's just do new. New general. Don't save. Don't care. All right. So now we have our cube. Remove that. All right. So if we had that, let's say this is base arm. Let's say lower arm. Just call it lower. lower, middle, top. All right, so we have those. Lower, middle, top. Great. So now let's join these. Is it Control J? Yes, Control J. All right. Object. How do I unjoin? Oh, that actually became part of that one element. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Let's take those apart. Okay. Lower, middle, top. X should be 0. All right, there we go. Now we have those. So now if we go into here and go to our vertex groups, add that group. Interesting. Take that apart. Select that. Go into there. Base. We have those. Assign. Unselect it. Select those. Okay, that's good. Oh, interesting. That is still named cube, which is not what I wanted. So base. Lower. Assign that. Lock it. Sure. Why not? All right, then we have middle. I see. So vertex groups we can actually assign to armatures. Oh, interesting. Oh, wow. Middle. Assign. Lock. Okay. Now if we select those, that's fine. Let's come back out of that mode. Come back over here. Lower. Select those. Okay, we did get those in there. Now these. Top. Right. Assign those. Good. Okay. Now if we select here, save this box armature. Give that a save. Okay. Control J to join them all. Now we have everything in the same one. But if we come in here, now we have these different vertex groups. So we can hit that, we can hit select, and boom, it's got that. Okay, good. Neat. Okay, vertex groups are pretty cool. Now if we come onto the base here, let's add a modifier. Armature. Okay, now in this case we would have to add an armature, but we don't have one yet. Okay, let's create an armature. Let's come this way. Add armature. Single bone. Okay. Just do something like this. Gonna move that down. All right. Go ahead and select everything. Was it Shift A? No. Okay, now coming back into there. Extrude. Let's go to that point. Just rename these now. So we call that base. Almost. Base, lower, middle, top. Oh, wait. Why are there two there? How many bones are there? Ooh, I've got too many bones. All right, and this one has the correct parent, yes? Hopefully. All right, so we have base, then we need lower, middle, and top. All right, now we go back over to base, go to its modifiers. Oh, get out of edit mode, go to object mode, go to base, armature, select our armature. All right. Apply. So now if we come over to the armature, are these set up to this? Let's see. Let's say we want to go into pose mode. We've got this. I want to rotate that. Okay, that's not linked to this. Back to object mode. Armature. Bind to vertex groups. Good. Doesn't look like I can select all of them. Bind vertex groups to armature modifier. Maybe I named it slightly wrong. Base, lower, middle, top. Should be the same as these vertex groups. Base, lower, middle, top. This vertex group does not seem to be bound to anything. I don't see the bones associated with this. I wonder how you would associate a bone with a vertex group. Interesting. So if we selected all of those, or came into here, said base and base. No, no, no. Can we parent that? Make vertex parent. No, I basically want that one and that one. Are those both selected? Extend that a little bit. Kind of looks like it. It's hard to say. All right, I missed something in the last section. One more time. All right, so it looks like we should be able to come back here. It's going to select our armature. Position these elements. Let's go back into pose mode for the armature. Rotate this. Oh! It's working. Oh, wow. Okay. That's not what I was expecting. That's lovely. Got it. Okay, so basically we can have these armatures and everything applied like that. And how does it know what it's actually associated with? It's come down here. I want to inspect these bones. Base. Relations. No. Deform. Okay. How does it know that it's actually associated with those vertices? Parent base. Okay, that's good. Okay, maybe it's a property of the vertex group then. So we have base here. Let's come into object mode. Select that. Look, vertex paint, weight paint. Okay. I don't see the bones associated with this. The only thing I see so far is that we have this armature associated with it. If we apply, does that create some other sort of association? Okay, I'm not seeing that there. I don't see anything down here which kind of associates it. Vertex group space, okay. Shape keys, etc. It's fine. What if we come back here? Object mode, armature, edit mode. I want the armature. There. Now it's got this deform. Alright, this is the base bone because we're looking at the lower. That's too far down, okay. Does it still do things like if we take that and rotate? Okay, it's not. Are we in pose mode? No, we're not. Let's go to pose mode. Rotate. Wait, what? Oh, pose position. Okay, now the other element is no longer causing it to be tracked. I see. So it's really because we had that modifier on the base here that was associated. And now that we've applied the modifier, interesting. Okay, I'm going to research Blender armature modifier. It's used for building skeletal systems, for animating the poses of characters, and anything else which needs to be posed. Okay. Armature modifiers can be quickly added to objects by parenting them to an armature. Hmm. Alright, let's go back over here. Alright, we'll find it. We'll find it. Want to be in object mode. Gonna come back over here. Let's look at base again. I'm gonna undo until we get to the there's our armature on base. Okay, that appears to be about the right time. We come back into base. We look at our modifiers. Wait, it says we're in pose mode. Let's go to object mode. Come back to base. There's that. We have our armature set up here. Alright, now if we come into... Oh, we can't go into the other mode. Vertex paint. Sculpt, no thank you. Object mode, that's fine. Alright, here's our vertices. UV max, vertex colors, base maps, normals. All right, so if we had something like this, whatever this is, just a couple of boxes, they're just there. Gonna get rid of the extra bits in the scene. Get rid of the camera, the lights. Okay, now wait, just have these two elements. If we do File, Export, GLTF2, Box Armature, sure. Now let's fire up Godot from. I want to see how that imports. All right, now it's OBS is probably looking at the wrong thing. Yes, Godot. All right, there we go. We have to copy this to the right location. So where's that? box armature. I'm gonna copy that to where is it? Where are we? Oh, we are in Rust. Legacy character prototype. We'll just copy that into there. All right, now we have armature bits. Just toss you on the stream. See. Oh, scene. You are a 3D scene. Ta-da! Ooh. Now we take this and we toss that out there. Now this is actually posed. Wow. Okay, using that pose. Now if we click on this, technically what is it? Let's look a little bit further into this. Okay. New inherited scene for that, that's fine. Box armature. Animation. Does it have animations? Not that I see. But it does appear to be posed. Armature, skeleton, and base. That's neat. Open anyways. Oh, it's the same thing. Never mind. Well, that's pretty neat. Alright, let's close some of those. This is our foo with a box armature. Does not appear to have any animation. Let's go back into Blender. Let's say that we want to record some sort of animation. Play back. Alright. That's probably good for now. I need to get to work. Alright, so that's really neat how we can associate the armature elements using the modifier with this. So if you look at this and we have the that off, this is the kind of rested state. But if we pose this, this is what we saw imported into Godot, which is pretty cool. Like going from here to here, it's actually taking that along with its base and the modifier on here. So I didn't apply that or anything, it's just on there. And then we got this in Godot. So that's neat. Sure. Now I expect that we could still have... Ooh, how do we get the those joints, those attachment points, still inside the base? I'm guessing we'll still have to have empties, which are then animated along with the rest of the armature. So we'll still have to have those attached somehow. Okay, that's interesting. Alright. Well, very cool. Gonna give Sans Tech a quick little browse. Oh. Indie MMO dev. Fancy. Oh, let's go Rocking Knight Studios. Let me double check and make sure we don't have something else. All right. Yeah, pretty good. Like it to run. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate the company. Hopefully we've picked up just enough Blender to be dangerous with it, and we'll be able to get on with the rest of this soon. I'm looking forward to getting the customization working. It's quite the rabbit hole that this has been. All right. Till next time, y'all. Bye bye.